Sauron is one of the most iconic villains in fantasy literature, created by J.R.R. Tolkien in his Middle-earth legendarium, primarily the Silmarillion and the Lord of the Rings. Originally, Sauron was not an evil being. His origins are tied to the ancient mythologies of Tolkien's world, where he began as a powerful spirit known as a Maia, one of the lesser Ainur, who were divine beings created by the supreme god, Eru Ilúvatar. The Maiar served the greater Valar, who shaped the world. Sauron, in his early days, was a servant of Aulë, the Valar associated with craftsmanship and creation. As a Maia, he was immensely powerful, skilled, and intelligent. However, Sauron's nature was always inclined toward order and control, which made him susceptible to the lure of power. This inclination eventually led him to fall under the influence of Morgoth, the first Dark Lord, who was the most powerful of the Valar, but had turned to evil and sought to dominate the world. Sauron became Morgoth's chief lieutenant, learning from him the ways of domination, manipulation, and cruelty. When Morgoth was finally defeated and cast out of the world at the end of the First Age, Sauron managed to escape and begin plotting his own rise to power. His first major act of evil was the creation of the One Ring during the Second Age. Sauron secretly forged the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom in Mordor, using his own essence to imbue it with tremendous power. The ring was intended to control the other rings of power, those given to the elves, dwarves, and men, allowing Sauron to dominate all of Middle-earth. The elves, however, realized his treachery and managed to hide their rings, while the other races resisted his control. Sauron's initial rise to power was marked by wars with the free peoples of Middle-earth, including the elves, dwarves, and men. His most significant defeat occurred when a coalition of elves and men, known as the Last Alliance, managed to defeat him at the end of the Second Age during the Battle of Dagorlad and the Siege of Barad-dûr. Sauron himself was physically defeated by the great King Elendil and the elven king Gil-galad, but the One Ring was lost, and Sauron's body was destroyed. However, his spirit endured, and the loss of the ring did not mean the end of his influence. Sauron spent much of the Third Age regaining his strength in the shadows, slowly rebuilding his power in Mordor. He took on the form of the Dark Lord and became a symbol of terror, sending forth his servants, the Nazgûl, ring-wraiths, twisted men who had been corrupted by the rings of power, along with armies of orcs, trolls, and other creatures. Sauron's influence was far-reaching, and he sought the return of the One Ring to restore his full power and achieve domination over all of Middle-earth. The plot of The Lord of the Rings centers on this struggle, as the Fellowship of the Ring, led by the hobbit Frodo Baggins, embarks on a perilous journey to destroy the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom. Sauron's vast armies are ever in pursuit, seeking the ring that will complete his reign of terror. Ultimately, Sauron's downfall comes not through direct conflict, but through the destruction of the One Ring, which is cast into the fire of Mount Doom by Frodo's companion Samwise Gamgee, and Gollum, who accidentally causes the ring's destruction. Sauron is a figure of pure malevolence, a dark reflection of the dangers of unchecked ambition and power. His character represents the corrupting influence of absolute authority and the consequences of striving for domination at any cost. Though Sauron's story ends with the destruction of the One Ring and his final defeat, his legacy remains a cautionary tale in Tolkien's world about the nature of evil and the importance of resistance to tyranny. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.